On March 7, 1990, doctors gave a devastating prediction. These twins had less than a 1% chance of reaching their first birthday. But against all odds, they survived. They didn't just survive. They grew up learning to walk, drive, and eventually became elementary school teachers. Then in 2021, their story went viral again when one of them got married. But here's what shocked everyone. It was only one of them. The wedding stayed secret for years until leaked footage surfaced online, raising uncomfortable questions. How does marriage work for conjoined twins? What happens to the other sister in those moments? And why were they later seen holding a newborn baby? The answers go back to their beginning on March 7, 1990, when two babies were born who were never expected to live. Doctors believed they had less than a 1% chance of surviving even a year. Yet they grew up living what they describe as a surprisingly normal life. Their mother, Patty Hensel, had no idea she was carrying twins. Every ultrasound showed a single baby because the twins were perfectly aligned, one behind the other. Their father once suspected something unusual. He thought he heard two heartbeats, but doctors dismissed it. At birth in Minnesota, everything seemed routine until the delivery moment changed everything. Silence filled the room. One body had been born, but with two heads. Doctors later described the shock as a stunned pause that lasted nearly 30 seconds. The twins had 3 arms and 2 legs. They were later diagnosed as dicephalic parapagus twins, 2 heads sharing 1 body. Doctors said survival beyond birth was rare, and separation surgery was discussed, but it would almost certainly kill one of them since they shared vital organs, including a circulatory system and liver. The family refused separation. The girls later agreed, saying they never wanted to be. Soon after birth, a non-functional third arm was removed, and they were named Abigail and Brittany. Despite their condition, they are highly symmetrical. Each has her own brain and spinal cord, but they share one body system, including major organs, with 4 lungs in total. Abby and Brittany are partially fused in a single body, sharing one circulatory system while each has her own heart. This means everything they consume, food, medicine, even alcohol, affects both of them equally. They also share several organs, including 3 kidneys, 1 liver, 1 large intestine, 1 bladder, 1 pelvis, and 1 reproductive system. But what makes them truly unique is how their body is controlled. Each twin controls one side. Abby the right arm and leg, Brittany the left. Even touch is divided this way, with only a small overlap in the center. The only exception is stomach pain, which can be felt by the opposite twin due to internal structure. This requires constant coordination. Every movement, walking, eating, or even sitting, depends on 2 brains working in sync. Yet they learned it naturally, later excelling in sports, cycling, piano, and typing, as if they were one person. Their connection is so strong they often anticipate each other's thoughts. Still, their health can differ. One may be sick, while the other feels fine. At one point, Brittany had pneumonia twice, while Abby remained healthy but still affected. During one illness, Abby briefly mentioned separation out of frustration, but Brittany became emotional, and the idea was never discussed again. As they grew, differences became visible. Abby is 5'2", Brittany 4'10", causing a slight walking imbalance. They also tilt their heads differently due to body structure. At age 12, they had surgery for scoliosis and raised in New Germany, Minnesota. They were treated simply as the Hensel girls. Their parents raised them with one rule: no excuses, no limits. They lived a normal childhood: sports, school, friendships, playing volleyball, basketball, softball, swimming, bowling, and later coaching. But they also dealt with constant public attention and unwanted photos. At 16, they earned separate driver's licenses. Abby controls pedals and gears, Brittany handles signals, and both share steering. Their story went global in 1996 after Time magazine featured them in The Most Intimate Bond. Doctors, including Dr. Ben Carson, warned separation could be dangerous. Soon, Life magazine and Oprah made them worldwide names. As children, they often settled disagreements by flipping a coin. Their fame continued through documentaries like Joined for Life, 2002, Joined at Birth, 2003, and TLC specials, including Abby and Brittany Turn 16. In 2012, TLC's Abby and Brittany followed their college life and early adulthood. Afterward, they left the spotlight and became elementary school teachers in Minnesota, valuing privacy. At Bethel University, they studied education together, were treated as separate students, and each graduated in 2012 with individual degrees and adjusted tuition. In teaching, Abby handles math and science, while Brittany teaches reading and language arts, working as two educators in one body. Controversy arose over salary. They share one paycheck despite two licenses and contracts, while benefits and retirement are split. Their case has even been studied for its legal uniqueness. In 2021, Abby secretly married Josh Bowling. The marriage was revealed in 2024, sparking global attention and viral wedding footage showing Abby's first dance while Brittany stood beside them. Josh, a former U.S. Army medic and hospice nurse with a daughter from a previous marriage, later asked for privacy as speculation grew. Public reaction was intense, but the twins responded by urging respect and reminding people that individuals like them have always existed. In 2025, they were seen with a newborn baby, but nothing has been confirmed, leaving the situation unclear. Legally, Abby and Brittany are two separate people. They each have their own IDs, passports, licenses, and rights, but in reality, they share one body, creating legal and ethical situation systems were never designed for. Even driving reflects this complexity. Both pass tests, both have licenses, and both share control of one vehicle. Abby handles pedals, Brittany controls signals, and both steer together. They also hold separate voting rights, and similar cases worldwide show the law treats conjoined twins as separate individuals. But criminal law and other systems still struggle with edge cases that have no clear answers. Despite all this complexity, their daily life, one prefers warm weather, the other cold drinks, and even their fears and preferences differ. They often eat different meals, compromise on decisions, and negotiate like any two people sharing a life. When they agree, they speak as we. When they disagree, they separate into Abby and Brittany. It's a constant balance. Two identities, two perspectives, and one shared existence moving through the world in perfect coordination.